Hello, welcome. And this is the energetic oracle card reading for the collective for the week commencing the 28th of October. I just have my little pup here because he's a bit reactive to all sorts of sounds, so I'm going to hope that he's not going to start barking. Anyway, so with this reading, the decks which I've used, so the three main cards are from Rebecca Campbell's The Ancient Stones Oracle. So this is a new deck and it's new for me as well. And a single card from The Healing Waters, also by Rebecca Campbell. And they're all her decks are really beautiful. And the final card from The Flower of Life, and this is by Denise Jarvie, and it's an absolutely, they're all gorgeous decks. What I really like about this one is for today's card, it's got a beautiful picture on one side and it's got a message on the other, and they're always really spot on, succinct, and really good. Yeah, they're straight to the point. Okay, so the three cards which give us the main flavor for this week. First one is, there you are, Find Your Center. So this is from the Ancient Stones Oracle. Find your center. Stay true to you. Call it to you. And I will list out the places where these, because they're actual places in the world where they're based. So where you could find that spiral labyrinth. Yeah. So that one is Find Your Center. That's the first card. The second card, once again, the picture is from a place, I think from the British Isles as well, but possibly from other places. And I will list it down below in the comments, yeah? Not the comments, in the explanation. So this is Wisdom Keeper, A New Perspective, Study and Learning. And the third card, it's wonderful. Good luck. Auspicious, wishes granted, blessings. And again, I think this particular one, it's a picture of a stone which has a natural hole in it. So again, it's a very special place in this world. Okay. And so the single one from the Healing Waters is Deep Sea Diving. Way of the Mystic, learn through experience, depths. So we have a similar thread going, finding your center, going within, very much a reflection of nature, what's going on with nature, what's also going on astrologically. Find your center, go deep within. And this single card from the Flower of Life with that beautiful picture of this lovely blossom flower, and its oneness, and I will read it to you. Okay, there will be a picture on here. So this is what this card says. You observe the light and dark of duality as a way to see your creations manifest into the physical. You observe the light and dark of duality as a way to see your creations manifest into the physical. The great light of love is different to the light of duality. It is the merging of all opposites into one. Become clear with this, otherwise you'll be chasing only light, happy and nice, denying the dark, sad and awful, or vice versa. Opposites exist when we focus on one side. You know what you do want when you know what you don't want. Duality exists in this plane to have us ask different questions of life and create physical manifestations from the energy that flows from those questions. This is how you create your life. All is well, for the light of oneness will never judge you. It just shines upon you always. It is us who don't always feel its presence when we are focusing on a false perception of reality. So this is really interesting. And once again, a reminder of duality, of what we experience in this world, but that all is well, for the light of oneness will never judge you. And you could say that the energies all around us, chi, ki, universal energy, the energy of God, of Source, it does not judge. It just is a result of what we are thinking and feeling. Okay, very much around us, and that's, you observe the light and dark of duality as a way to see your creations manifest into the physical, and become clear with this, otherwise you'll be chasing only light, happy and nice, denying the dark, sad and awful, or vice versa. Okay, so, right, so I'm just going to hold up the first card of the 3. So that's find your center. Stay true to you. Call it to you. Okay. So once again this week and over the past few weeks, we have been so asked. We've been so invited. So these are all invitations. It's not like you must do this or you should do this. These are the invitations of the energies around us, of the astrology, which is really just a reading of energies which are brought in or which are triggered in us through the movement of these large bodies, material bodies in the sky, the sun, the moon, the planets, and also the ones further away, the asteroids, certain asteroids. Okay, it's an invitation, and at this point, it is an invitation to find your center. Stay true to you, call it to you. And the labyrinths, walking the labyrinth, walking the spirals, walking the circles, walking all these beautiful journeys of pilgrimage across some countries. You have the one in Lourdes, I think, and you have the pilgrimages up to the Holy Islands in Scotland. There's so many walking pilgrimages across not just this land but in other lands as well. And the story of Tripitaka coming over from China into India to obtain the scrolls, the Buddhist scrolls and the teachings, to bring back to the court in China so that they may understand, they may learn from that wisdom that Buddha brought through from his understanding of the middle path, of the acceptance of light and dark, of the seeming duality of nature, of being human. So we're really being asked to explore, but to find our center. And using these very seemingly simple but profound actions, you may even be asked to look at your diet so that it helps you to be in the perfect or in the best sort of physiological state, as we know that what we eat and our digestive system and the bacteria, the good bacteria, that it affects the vagus nerve, which then affects how we think and therefore how we feel about ourselves. So you may be called to just be aware of what we're eating, what we're drinking, taking care of ourselves so that we're physiologically in a really wonderful state to really deeply connect with ourselves. All of these is really, and whether we go to visit sacred sites, whether we go on a particular trip, or we have we go to a place where you're silent. People do sort of 7-day meditation retreats where they're just in a dark room, or a room with just a candle with no light, and someone passes the food to them, and they're just in repose that whole time. So it could be that something, or go on a retreat, a day retreat or a half-day retreat where you have yoga or yoga nidra or sound to help you to really again, you know, go even deeper, finding what you are. And this thing about the duality, yes, okay, finding, it's okay to find, I've been finding myself getting very annoyed with things, and these thoughts of revenge coming in, and that and then also being mindful, okay, well, why do you dislike this so much? And I thought, oh damn, you know, I have this tendency within myself too. So okay, well, what do you want to do about it? Okay, I will love and accept that part of myself. I will love, whether it's doing EFT or just sitting and just using Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and just allowing myself to forgive myself for you know, being a little bit cranky, or having thoughts of revenge, and just and loving that part which has kind of brought this experience up. But this is going deeper. It's after doing all that, is allowing yourself to find that stillness and that quietness. Finding yourself, finding that, you know, really going deep. I'm not sure what else to say. Going really even deeper, finding the even more depths. I think over the next few weeks is all about finding the depths and the layers of yourself which you didn't really realize at all. And then finding, you know, with the wisdom keeper, finding this knowledge that has been deep within the blood, and answering its call. I'm not so much saying, you know, start teaching it, but perhaps start investigating it. If you need to go for courses, or you need to go to find yourself a teacher who can help you with that. If your inner guru is advising you, look, we need to find someone who can show us a little bit more of this, and then after that you can use it as a springboard to share it with people if you're called to. Yeah, but it's giving you a new perspective. Studying, learning, perhaps is an aspect of yourself which you thought never really existed, or you thought, no, I can't do this, you know, it has to be some guru, or you have had to be in an ashram for many years to bring this through. Well, perhaps not. Perhaps it's an intrinsic part of you, an intrinsic knowledge which you just need help with to discover more of, to experience more of. Because then we have, I'm jumping to the other card from the other deck, you know, deep sea diving, way of the mystic, learn through experiencing and the depths. Perhaps it's you've got to experience it, and therefore by experiencing you can then express in a very coherent and a very concise way this experience that you've had, which may help you to understand where you are at, or where you would like to be, or what you don't like and what you don't want to be. Okay, so it can be either or. Whatever it is, it's all good. It's all good stuff, because like the card says, you know, you find what you do want from what you don't want, or what you don't like, you find what you then do like. So it's giving us an idea as well of what you may prefer not to be. And we had the resurrection last week, the resurrection card, and coming through from that, I mean, we're like completely new beings. Hence, you may find a lot of things about yourself which you really hadn't realized, and it may need a lot of love and forgiveness, or it may need lots of investigation and lots of courage to check out. But good luck, it's all good. This is according to the explanation in the book This is like the lucky card of the whole deck. So whatever you discover, whatever you decide, even if it's just the first step towards more further self-discovery, is auspicious. And when I look at all these cards, it just feels like, yep, there's a lot of, meditation going within. It's really a lot of, and the choice of the decks for this week, we have, the ancient stones, and that's all about earthiness, and crystals possibly. Yeah, and this is supposed to be the oldest stones in the world. They date kind of 5 billion years, and seems that humans have only really been around for about 2 million years. So we have earth, and we also have water. This one. Okay, so we are working through, just looking at it again, working through these elements. The earth element, the water element, and discovering what there is to teach us. What old memories of those times. Perhaps it is about very old. It's healing or a further integration of our ancestors, perhaps of your first ever incarnation here, perhaps your first visit here, or perhaps it goes back to the original humanoids, and a huge amount of healing and respect perhaps for them, for their understanding of the cycles of life. Because there's quite a bit of snobbishness towards the Neanderthals perhaps, and I'm sure there were other humanoids before them. Perhaps it's because I was thinking of what some people call the old gods, and I was really thinking about that, and I wonder if it's also about love and forgiveness of the times where there may have been a lot of blood sacrifices, animal sacrifices, because perhaps that it was, I don't know. It's something which is kind of going on in my mind, which I'm hoping to also discover this week. But it's part of our shared lineage of those times, and perhaps of some areas on the earth. I mean, you have really sacred sites where there's a lot of very positive energy and very, very loving and powerful energy, but you may have sites where there's been a lot of bloodshed, a lot of sacrifices, and perhaps we collectively are loving and accepting that part of ourselves for having done that, and it's time to forgive and to release. And hopefully what this will do as well for the earth is it will release all the old difficult, the old sad and dark energies of those periods as well. Perhaps they were trying to find a way to reconnect with source, and they didn't know, and it was creating void places to the void, which we may misunderstand as huge destruction, but actually void is nothing. It's not destruction or creation. It's before all of that, but it's like the place where all of that could start. It's like pre-creation, and there's nothing wrong with it. Just because there's no light, it doesn't mean that it's bad. Here we are looking at it from the dual sort of point of view. So I wonder if the ancients were possibly in trying to gain a better understanding of what life was, and they thought this was one way to do it. And it's time to let all of that go, and let all of these places start to release those old painful energies of death, of slaughter, of bloodletting. Okay, so we cannot deny the two sides, and we cannot just be light and love. We also have to look at the pain and the wounding, and for the collective as well as for ourselves and down the family line. Okay, so good luck. It's an auspicious card. Okay, so don't worry about whatever you find. If you are worried about it, do it through your high self, but it will bring profound healing, profound wholeness to all of us, profound forgiveness from all the other from all the other sentient beings, the plants, the trees, the animals, the fungi, profound forgiveness from those beings as well. When we finally say, I'm really sorry, we made such terrible mistakes and we cut down so many jungles and so many ancient woods and we did all these stupid things and we were foolish and we're so sorry. And can we move, please forgive, and can we start afresh, and can we please do it from greater connection to ourselves, because it's that this disconnection from ourselves and our disconnection from nature which has kind of, you know, produced all of this stuff and the fear of survival. Hence we have to do all these things which may not be the best. Yeah, and let's just love, accept, forgive, be thankful, and then let all those parts which were splintered from fear and from a lack of love to return, and it would be profound. So this week is a profoundly important week, and we have Halloween coming up where we honor our ancestors. I completely forgotten about that. I'm sure it's in my subconscious when I chose these decks and the cards came up for us. And then we have, I think it's the new moon on the 1st of November. Yeah, and this is a time of Scorpio where we're asked to go very deep within, and it's a water sign. Not to be afraid to do this, looking at ourselves and allowing ourselves to see whatever there is, accepting it, no judgment, observe, observing the light and the dark, and loving both sides, integrating it. We can find our centers a lot more easily. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope that's useful. This is going to be quite a big week, so maybe start your day with this I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and I love and accept myself with all my foibles. For me, it's not my revenge, and and then we can integrate, and then we can really see the truth around lots of things coming to light, and we see the truth, and then we can make decisions based on that enlightenment and that awareness. If we need to ask more questions, do, and expect answers. Sometimes the answers won't just come from around us, but it will come from within, from a deep knowing, an ancient knowing, and ancient help as well, ancient assistance from this earth, from this great body. Okay, so thank you. Give it a thumbs up if it was useful, and please subscribe, and good luck and lots of love to you. Namaste. Thank you.